today's sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4. From the 6.
One, ready? 11, Palmer. 11, Palmer. 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice gain of 21 yards.
First down there for T. Higgins. Don't let it be lost that Jamar Chase's phenomenal season. The Higgins had a big year for Cincinnati as well. Topped the 1,000-yard plateau for the first time, and he did it despite missing a few games with injuries. The third-year man could give Cincy a pair of Pro Bowlers at the position here in 2022.
11, 11, 11. 11 MT, paint. 11 MT, paint. 11, 11, 11, 11.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The Bengals hit 3-0 here in the month of September, and they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On 1, ready?
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
12, 12, 12. 11, mighty. 11, 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11.
Burrow looking to pass. Looking deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
12.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
11, 11.
Mixon. will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
And the return will stop right around the 25.
Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
11 Thomas. 11 MC. 11 MC. 11 MC. Hey. 11 MC.
From the 22, Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
It was Jalen Smith who worked through to make that stop.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Tua sets up to pass it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Here we go. Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 12, 11, 11, 11.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here we go, here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
11, 11. 12, 11, Thomas. 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. 11, Thomas. 11, MT, 11, MT.
Here's Burrow.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
11 empty.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
To the air again, Burrow.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Play action, now it's Tua. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 17-0 our score after 1.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
11 empty. 11 empty.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Burrow on first down. Got a man open. It's Chase. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Here we go. 12. 11 empty. 12. 11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And this is caught. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd, 36 yards. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 11. Now back to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. That's complete to John Ross.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Tagovailoa. He's going to let this one go deep. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Now let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Mixon running wide side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
On one, ready? Hey, Can stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
11 Thomas.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10.
It connects quickly to Jamar Chase.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Here we go. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11 MT. Tight. 11 MT. Tight. 11.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mixing up the middle. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 12. 11.
Now it's Burrow.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
11 Thomas.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. And that caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Take it in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Black one.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
That one covers 29 yards, first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going, a little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Tua going to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith, his second sack of the night.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a Next Gen Stats says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit.
This from 44 yards away. The kick by Sanders is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A handoff running left, Mixon
to the 43, second down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 3rd down, Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
Here we go.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, 90. 11, 90. 12, 12, 12.
From midfield now, Burrow. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
11 mighty. 11 empty.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11. Go.
Now Burrow.
he's going to have the hook up here to Chase. He's got room at the 30. Down the left sideline.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Tua now on first down. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
No red. Blue striker. White blue. Check snap.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On play action, here's Tua. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go, here we go.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Whoa, stop.
Again, it's Mixon. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now here's Ross, and he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ross. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Von Bell.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a first carry for their fullback. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.